Okay. Hi everybody and welcome back to the letter. What? Where's she be? Where's she go? She back. Kind of back. I've been struggling with deciding what to do. YouTube and Twitch rise-wise. YouTube and Twitch-wise, I can say it. I believe in myself. But I will just give you a little, just a little thing, and I'm gonna say now, I think I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Some videos are gonna be taken off my channel, so be prepared for a very naked channel in the near future. It's going to be very naked. It's gonna be a very quiet place. Anyway, I also want you guys to know that this episode, I am prepared, and you want to know why. BAM! That's why. I have cats on my other screen, just staring at me, just looking at me. Look at that little kitty, ready to give me a big old hug. If I'm super scared, that one looks mean. But ow, yum, yum. Okay, we're going back. We're going back to the game. There we go. Whoops. Crop is on point. Also, my studio is being fixed. About 3 years ago, the ceiling caved in. This was before it was my studio. The ceiling caved in, and when I came in here to make it my studio, it still wasn't fixed. And now it's finally being fixed. And it is a goddamn mess in here. Everything behind me is in piles of just junk and tarp and sand. Or not sand, but dirt and dust. And it's all very disgusting. Let us continue. Let us start a new game. Oh, no. I absolutely have no idea where we were. 12:23. I'm sorry, the last time we played was in December. Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, no. Let me just check YouTube real quick and see where we last left off. Just hold on a second. Okay, so for me, the last picture was it left off in the ballroom? Question mark? I know it didn't leave off back in their apartment. I'm so confused and lost. Oh my god. I wish I knew where I saved. Okay, what's the last save I loaded? Let's look at that. Okay. Didn't we leave it off in the apartment on the first? Yeah, we did. Alright, let's see what's different here. Did I not save? That's the real question. Hold on. Continue? Right? Isn't this where we left off? This has to be where we left off. Because, sorry, I'm clicking on my other screen here, trying to see where the hecky Becky we left off. Yeah, 32. I think this is where we left off. I think we're fine. I think we're okay. I think everything's gonna be okay. In the meantime, oh right, because the little bastard locked himself in the music room. Little dicknut. In the meantime, I can go around and check the rest of the house. All my worries fade and I stop in the ballroom. I'm sorry if we already read this. I forgot, so. And, well, the whole place is just grand, isn't it? I can see why the Wrights made sure nobody else would take this place from them. Anyone who has it will certainly be the belle of the ball. Ha ha! It's pretty much one great big status symbol. I don't think I can do much of a thorough inspection in this room, so I note it down for later. I got a handy-dandy little mic, little headphone adjuster, little sound adjuster on my headphones, and if I can just find the little doohickey, I can turn this bitch right downtown. I can't hear shit. Moving on to the kitchens, I checked the ventilation and general fire safety in the kitchen. This is a bit, this bit is important for a place this size. I would, of course, suggest bringing an actual fire safety inspector over for some more detailed inspection. It would it wouldn't do to see such beautiful architecture go up in flames after all. If you only knew, I would love to see it go up in flames. I take measurements of the countertops and cabinets, note down the type of wood that they use. They wanted some of these recreated to hide modern appliances. There's a loose floorboard in the farthest corner, and some of the others had scratches, but everything else seems to be in decent shape. Did I bring a glass of water with me? I did. Oh, no! Knock, knock.
You can come in. Door's not locked.
I wait, expecting Mrs. Wright or their butler to come in, but nobody answered. I got a sip. Oh man, let me get my cats. Alright, cats acquired. Instead, there's that knocking again. It's louder and more urgent this time. I'm pretty sure I didn't lock the thing.
All right. I'm coming. Just hold on.
There's a hand in front of the screen. I repeat, there is a hand in front of the screen. When I move to open the door, though, I realize something. The knocking isn't coming from the door, but it's somewhere else. The trap door? I pause for a second, waiting, but the knocking has not ceased. I hear that. I hear that music, girl. And soon enough it becomes desperate. The dull thuds from before switching to what seems to be scratching. Do I have something better to cover the screen with? Ah, yes. My package of beef jerky. This will do well. I can't read. I gotta find... Do I have like a crucifix I can cover the screen with? Or can I use this? Oh, that's perfect! And soon enough it becomes desperate that I read that. Desperate and insistent at once, as if grasping for respite.
Is somebody stuck down there? Frack!
Frack! Where did that come from? How did it even get down there? Oh, is it one of my cats on Google? Did it get away? That put the heart crossway in me, it did. I don't know what that means. I love cats, but they have no business giving people a fright. For a second there, all those ghastly rumors about this place had come flooding back. Now peering into the darkness of the open trapdoor gets me thinking, and it gets me curious. Seriously, though, I should really make sure there aren't any more surprises from down under. I don't think the Wrights would appreciate it if we find a litter of kittens making a house in the wine cellar. That would be the most pleasant thing compared to what is down there. Mr. Wright seemed the type to skin a cat if any of his precious wines were to be contaminated. With what? The precious purrs of a little kitten? I'm done with this kitchen anyways. Man, we got one brave bitch on our hands, guys. Going down a flight of stairs while wearing high heels is always a bad idea. Descending into the dark underground only made it worse. Worst? But I managed anyhow without any major slip-ups.
These stairs need work, that's for sure.
I'm still holding up my Switch case, by the way. It's a Legend of Zelda Switch case and looking at a giant Z with a sword stuck in it. Surprisingly, the wine cellar is in good condition. No water damage from last year's flooding, and apart from the dust and cobwebs that have accumulated, this place will likely hold for several more years. Racks and barrels line the walls, making the spacious room look smaller than it is. I'm no expert, but it looks good enough for immediate use, almost said intimate, without any further additions. Bloody Whiskey will be having a field day. Oh, Whiskey, his name, I forgot. I think so anyway, until I feel something crunch beneath my feet. Whatever few bottles were left behind here are now nothing but glass under my heels. The cat's fault, I'd wager. And it made a downright mess with red slick pooling from the remnants of a good drink. There's a lot of stuff to... I'm freaking out. For to have just but a few bottles, though. A whole trail of it flows from the end of the room, and I follow, fully expecting a leaking barrel of a whole upturned rack. Oh, you ready for me to push space, guys? Instead, it just keeps going on, and it stops in a large puddle at the very back wall.
What a waste of wine.
It ain't wine, baby girl.
Why is it so sticky, though?
Because it ain't wine. This ain't wine, my girl. It's thick, too, nothing like wine. Of course, it could just be mold.
Maybe it's not wine. Go on, touch it. I dare ya.
Who the fuck are you? Despite it all, I find myself answering. Because it's her voice. Amy Lorraine. What? Lovely Amy, pretty Amy, popular Amy. I can imagine her standing there with me, laughing, pestering me as I did my work in the only way friends can. She was my friend and the only one that I had at St. Samplans. I was a scholar. The charity case in the school for privileged and prestigious young girls. They all look down at me, if they care to look at me or acknowledge my presence at all. All except her. Sometimes I wish for the good old days when we were friends. Now she's nothing but a ghost. Obviously! Though I try so hard to get over her. I really, really do.
What am I, 5 years old? Oh, damn it, it's stuck under my shoe.
Oh, no.
I double dare you. Hell, I double dog dare you. Don't be such a scaredy cat. It's probably wine.
Get out of here, you fool!
What else could it be? Blood?
Yes!
Don't be ridiculous. Why would there be blood down
'Cause
here?
it's a murder house, that's why. If I was a joking sort, I would have said it might be the reason why the previous owners sold the place. God damn it, Edna! There's blood down here again. I just slipped in it. I swear, if these floors don't stop leaking blood, we are out of here. Maybe the ghost stories are actually true, and they wanted to get away from the walls that dripped of ectoplasm goo. Oh, honey. And whatever other ghouls haunted about. Doubt it. I hardly believed in any of that voodoo nonsense as it is. But as I stare at the mess on my feet, probably looking like a fool while I'm at it, I notice something strange. It isn't visible unless one is really paying attention, but I can see the red gunk seeping through a crack in the wall.
What's this, then?
I worry about structural damage and damage to the foundation. I worry about the wine cellar, as wrong conditions can lend to deterioration of its contents if temperatures and humidity are not controlled. Up until I see how clean cut the crack is. It runs along the edge of the wall and vertically along it, where a door would be. Pressing my hand against the wall leads to absolute horrifying things. Lends credence to the idea that I try to feel where it would give.
Ooh. Could it be an adventure then? A secret passage?
Are you dead
There
or
must be a
something?
hidden switch
Are you
somewhere.
supposed to be here? You're wearing a schoolgirl uniform. I don't think you're supposed to be here, to be honest. If I'm gonna be honest with you, you look a little out of place.
Go look. This is the most interesting thing you've done by far.
Shut up. If there's a hidden room here, that could certainly explain the discrepancy in the mansion's floor plans. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that there could be hidden rooms and passageways all over the house, if we're to follow that logic. And boy, isn't that exciting. It feels like something straight out of a game, doesn't it? Suddenly she touches my arm and I flinch away in shock. That shouldn't be possible. Well, that's just a bit weird. I understand auditory hallucinations, maybe even visual hallucinations, but that was...
You look surprised. What's wrong?
Girl, you touched me.
You? That's not possible. You're...
I like how she was so cool with hearing her and seeing her, but the moment that bitch touched her arm, it was all over. Dead.
Aren't you happy to see a dear old friend, though? I'm hurt, I am.
I am the least bit happy.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, isn't it obvious? I come back for you.
Her face got just... Bitch.
So that we can be together again.
I don't wanna. When she touches me once more, I recoil. What does it mean together again? She's dead!
No! Leave me alone!
Leave you alone? But I just got here.
Both of you leave me alone! Oh, my boy. I turn around. I met with the Wright's butler, who looks at me with an indifferent look. And when I look back, Lorraine is gone.
I wasn't talking to you, just thinking aloud is all.
You should really avoid talking to yourself, Kint. Do more of that and others will think you're insane.
I talk to myself. Why can't people talk to themselves without people thinking you're crazy? Sometimes thinking isn't enough. You gotta verbalize your words. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work.
Yes, thank you. Is that all you're here for, or has your master sent you running down here for something?
Oh, no, I am just down here to admire the place. I've not been inside before. I thought I would look around before we return to the city. The car is already running, you see, and I suggest you go back to the foyer, unless you wish to be left behind.
God, no.
It seems you are in good company already, after all, with this house and your imaginary friend.
Will you shut up? Damn.
Wait, we're leaving already? But I haven't finished inspecting the rest of the house.
Be that as it may, there's a sulking man-child up there who wishes to go home.
The sulking
We are all
man-child.
subject to his whims, lest he throw a tantrum.
Let him. I can't help but smile at that. He's a strange guy. I still can't imagine how he can work for a guy like Luke Wright, though. I imagine the blonde arse ain't an easy guy to get along with. Whatever the butler was having to tolerate that, I want 10 of it.
And we wouldn't want any soiled knickers or spilled milk. Why don't you go head on and I'll be right there.
Very well.
How about you follow each other?
Do be careful on your way back. I saw some broken glass on the way, and it will not do to cut yourself on them.
Good thing I'm wearing shoes.
I will, yeah. Just tell Mr. Wright not to blow a gasket or anything. I'll be just a minute.
Speaking of blowing a gasket, there's something else dangerous here. Whatever's behind that door, it could pose some problems. Best case scenario, it'd only ruin good stock of wines. But who knows what's behind that false wall? I'll have to come back to it. How about we don't ever come back to it in our lifetime? With no lights, we are only illuminated by the headlamps of Wright's car and the stars above us. What's up, lads? The sight of them helps me compose myself much more than several minutes of being alone did. The car's engine is running, yet I can turn my volume back up. Where's my... Ah, there it is. The car's engine is running, yet the two still stand out on the lawn. Mr. Wright is busy, eyes up to the stars. Mrs. Wright, sorry. Mr. Wright, arms crossed, has his eyes down on the ground. It is a crunch under grass beneath my heels that brings your attention to me.
About time. What took you so long? A minute longer and I'd think the house swallowed you all up.
Man, if it only swallowed you up, I swear to God.
Oh, hush, dear. I'm sure she has her reasons. Marianne doesn't seem the sort to idle.
Sorry, I was just checking on something important.
See, business is business and they take time, love. You should know that better than anyone. So, Marianne, what do you think? Are you the woman for the job?
So, I got a blanket on my lap, and I keep shaking my leg, and it keeps falling off, and I feel very vulnerable.
I know we already signed papers hiring you, but I want to be 100% sure that you are committed.
I glanced back towards the mansion, knowing what I had seen there. That curious thing in the wine cellar, which is stuff I'd only read about from fucking horror stories. And her. I should feel the slightest bit hesitant. I was lucky. I've seen enough films to know what happens when a presumptuous woman enters a haunted house. This is my chance to turn it down, make excuses, say that I'm not up to the task, that I need to take care of my old, sick father. Just pay the fine, which is probably outrageous for a contract like this, and let it go. I should turn it down, but for some obstinate reason, I can't. In the same manner, I haven't let go of her, of the regret that has shadowed me since that day. Much as I hate to admit it, even to myself, seeing her again, the mischievous glint in her eyes, the loose tendrils of her hair curled round her forehead, it's something I've terribly missed, and now that it's here, almost within arm's reach, My father would tell me, sometimes you just simply have to go through it. Consequences be damned. Thanks, Dad. And while I really don't have any logical reason to say no, at least not something a client like the Wrights would want to hear from a professional designer.
It's certainly an interesting project. You can be sure I'm seeing it through the end.
Such dedication! Oh, I do love the determination.
You were always determined like that, weren't you?
Yo, girl, you got... man. Hearing her voice once again sends a chill running down my back. I can't wait for this day to be over. Hey, it's over. I think this is a good place to end my first episode in so many months. I will see you all next time. This time, we're gonna save over Zachary, okay? Okay, that sounds good. I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye. I love you guys. And, yeah.